Welcome back to Houston Life and welcome to Slowpoke in Spring Branch, where we are learning all about cold brew coffee today. I mean, I think it's always a good day for coffee, but yesterday was National Cold Brew Day.
That's right.
And Rachel Lowe, thanks for taking the time to walk us through. I mean, you think coffee's coffee, but not all coffee is created equal, and cold brew coffee goes through a very different process to your regular coffee. What is it?
That's right. So the difference between cold brew and regular iced coffee is regular iced coffee is going to be a drip coffee that's going to be chilled and then poured over ice later, whereas with cold brew, it's all about time. So it actually never touches heat. Ours is a 16-hour process. We take an Ethiopian blend and we actually roast our beans in-house, and then it actually just steeps for 16 hours, and then you're left with a really rich, smooth coffee.
Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. Now, I saw Amy snuck in a second one of this nitro cold brew that we saw getting poured like just before the commercial break. It kind of, look at this, take a close look at this. This is the same drink, but it's kind of like Guinness. I feel like you need to do the cold brew dance. Remember the Guinness dance that you do while you're waiting for your Guinness to settle?
Exactly.
It looks so much like a Guinness. We should cheers that later, but we'll let it settle. But this is the nitro cold brew. How do you guys serve that?
So essentially that one is just regular cold brew that is infused with nitrogen gas. And the nice thing about it is you really don't, because it's so creamy, it has that frothiness, you don't need to add any dairy or really any sugar because it has a natural sweetness from the nitrogen.
That's amazing. Now this is just your straight up cold brew, and I want it. This is something that you can just come and buy here.
Exactly. Yes, we have it bottled and ready to go.
This is so my photographer Lenny, who's running the camera right now, this is like one of his favorite drinks in the whole world is a cold brew.
So good.
But cheers to that. I want to sip this. So it's a very smooth.
Yes. So it's because it never touches heat, it's actually going to be a little bit less sweet, less bitter than typical coffee.
It really is. It's very sweet and it's not bitter at all.
Yeah.
But there's one thing that I find sometimes with cold brew is people say it gives them the jitters, and that's why I sort of avoid it a little. I love my coffee, but that's something that you can cut with like adding some cream or something like that. Let's talk about that.
Yes. So I always love, like, my go-to is actually a cold foam or sweet cream because it's going to make it take a little bit longer to drink. And the reason that it does tend to give people the jitters is because it does typically have a higher caffeine content. So a typical drip coffee is going to have about 100 to 150 milligrams of caffeine, whereas a cold brew is going to have about 200 milligrams of caffeine.
See, this is why Lenny likes it, isn't it, Lenny? This is why Lenny likes his like.
But it can sneak up on you. So I would definitely say if you're starting out, just go slow.
Add some, and then this one here is cold brew that you've added.
Add any milk, so any milk of choice.
So this isn't an iced coffee because iced coffee is hot coffee cooled down.
Yes, that's right. And so that you can add any flavor. I mean, mix it up, kind of see what you like, and
and it gives it a different kind of flavor to your regular iced coffee because it is that like smooth, less acidic.
Yeah, exactly.
This is so exciting. All right, this is really cool. One thing that I don't really think about is like pairing food with coffee, and that's something we're going to take a look at next, aren't we?
Perfect. Yes.
So some perfect pairs for your cold brew coffee. We're going to be taking a look at that coming up a little bit later on Houston Live. So that should be quite a fancy way to drink your cold brew. And look, this one's almost ready to go. So we should do a cheers with our nitro because I feel like this is the nitro cold brew. I'm down to try this. I feel like it's going to taste like a Guinness.
So good.
Do you know what? You literally, I haven't been drinking lately.
I know, same.
This, to me,
like
I feel like I'm having an actual drink, and all it is like just straight cold brew.
I know.
Oh my gosh, Derek and Tessa, this is so amazing. This nitro cold brew, it's like really smooth, and I literally feel like I'm having an adult beverage. So cheers.
Mel, I told Derek, I hope she brings some of that cold brew home. He goes, you don't want to sleep tonight? It's very powerful. We're glad you're trying it out. Maybe bring some. We'll just roll the dice with it.
It is nice with the foam on top. I know. It's a beautiful thing. All right, Mel, we'll see you in just a little while. Drink slowly, by the way. Mel comes back and she's like,